Hi everyone, and welcome to another card creation for Trinity stamps. Today I'm going to be using the Bouquet of Hope stamp set, and I'm going to be heat embossing with this Mayan Glints Wow embossing powder. I like the soft tone of this embossing powder. It's very shimmery with an orange undertone to it, and it's got that iridescent glisten to it once heat set. So I have stamped the image with a clear sticky ink on a watercolor cardstock panel here. Now it is a little bit bigger than normal size. I wanted to make sure I had the technique I'm going to be using today and doing today and demonstrating is the resist on the outside of the image rather than on the inside of the image. So I'm going to be coloring around it, and I'm going to be almost color washing, I suppose, around this image. I'm going to be heat setting this powder with my heat tool here, and I'm going to add a border around this panel with the purple tape. Now I've got Ultra New watercolor pen paint here, and I'm going to be using the color combination from pink, yellow to blue, and you'll see at the beginning of that card of this video that it was more a color wash, very soft type of coloring. I did add some water before I added each color here at each stage. I felt like this made this watercolor move a little bit more, was easy to blend. Now I didn't mention this watercolor cardstock is Strathmore cold press, and I just love the way it reacted to this paints. Now what I do is I do a color wash, and I then blend a little bit of a darker color, either using the same color or just the shade darker, just around the image itself, and then I kind of blend it out with almost like a clean brush, and this way I was able to focus on the image, and you can make that image pop out that little bit more. So here I am playing with the pinks here, and you can see I fiddle around a lot trying to get that shading and trying to get into those nooks and crannies of that bouquet of flowers. And I quite often use my brush to just quickly saturate the cardstock a little bit more and to also blend. Now working my way to the yellow here, and my kittens decide it's playtime when it's voiceover time. I think that's usual now for my videos. I've tried all hours of the day of time, and it still happens. I think they just gravitate towards it every time I know they see me do it. Right, so then I'll pick up the extra color here. Now I am going a little bit more intense around the dress, and then again my method is to blend out. And then I also carry that ink or that paint and kind of blend it into the pink, so it almost looks like it's blending in together. And you can see here I'm making that yellow a little bit more intense, which really makes that image pop a little bit more. Even though the reason why I've done this is because I've chosen a lighter embossing powder, and because of that I did want you to see that image, but I also wanted to make sure and not take away the soft effect of this whole card. And then picking up the darker blue of that, and then you'll find that I actually really gently blend that out because I didn't want to make a green color. I really wanted those colors to be prominent. Then I'm going to use the lower setting of the Wow Embossing heat tool. It's got two settings, the lower heat setting, to make sure that I didn't want to reheat that embossing powder to turn it bubbly. Then I'm peeling away each of the purple tape here one by one, being very gentle in this process. The last thing I want to do is wreck this panel. So just pulling it really gently off the cardstock panel here. And that is my card panel. Now I've got a Sahara Sand cardstock here that I've put on a side folding card, and I'm going to adhere that down just with foam tape. Because it's a watercolor cardstock, I tend to go a little bit heavy handed with the foam mount tape, just so that there's no warping and you can't really see the warping, though because I secured it down with the purple tape there was less warping even though I went heavy handed with the water. and the watercolour wash. Now this sentiment's just beautiful. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. I absolutely adore this, and I've got a really thin strip. And as you see in there, I use VersaFine Onyx Black ink. That finishes my card for today. I hope you like it. Simple and sweet and just soft. So thank you for watching, and leave a comment. Thank you.